listen. I'm going out and make the greatest picture in the world. Something that nobody's ever seen or heard of.
Where are you going?
I'm going out and get a girl for my picture. Even if I have to marry one. What's your name?
Darrow.
Fine. I've got a job for you. Costumes on the ship will fit you. Broadway shops are still open. I can get some clothes for you there. Come on.
What is it?
It's money and adventure and fame. It's the thrill of a lifetime and a long sea voyage that starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. There's a long sandy peninsula. The only possible landing place is through this reef. Rest with the shoreline is sheer precipice, hundreds of feet high. And across the base of that peninsula, cutting it off from the rest of the island, is a wall.
A wall?
Built so long ago that the people who lived there have slipped back, forgotten the higher civilization that built it. But that wall is as strong today as it was centuries ago. The natives keep that wall in repair. They need it.
Why?
There's something on the other side of it. Something they fear.
A hostile tribe.
Did you ever hear of Kong?
Why, yes. Some native superstition, isn't it? A god or a spirit or something.
Well, anyway, neither beast nor man. Something monstrous, all-powerful, still living, still holding that island in a grip of deadly fear.
What is up, everybody? Happy 4th of July. This is Phil, the Kaiju King. You can tell by my intro on my video, I will be doing an overview of a couple of custom King Kong 1933 figures in my collection. They're pretty cool looking, pretty neat. They're approximately 30 centimeter scale, and they're pretty awesome. We will go to the first one right now. All right, everybody, I'm back. This is the Kong 33. First one I ever got, custom commission from Mark Seng Yang. It's approximately 30 centimeter in scale. I wanted him as he is in the movie. Sometimes he is a knuckle walker a bit, so I wanted one arm with the knuckles on the ground, and the other arm, his left hand is cupped open to hold the Darrow figure I have for like dioramas and stuff. And like I said, he is hunched, so he's probably only about 8 to 10 inches tall total in this position. But he's pretty awesome. As far as the details on him are concerned, all his fur is really nicely done. Like I said, he is a knuckle walker. His right arm is to the ground, and his knuckles are on the ground. He's in a forward lean position. His left hand is cupped open to his side, and that works perfectly with the figures that when I put the Darrow figure in his hand. But like I said, the fur is really nicely done by Mark. His midsection and chest area is really sculpted well, in my opinion. Really muscular looking and everything, like that Kong was, so makes perfect sense. He is really muscular built and looking and everything, and it really shows. Of course, his chest is bare, but he's a straight black as far as his paint and everything, which is what the 33 Kong was, I'm sure, but it's also the movies in black and white, so that makes sense. As far as his head and everything, he's got the classic domed top of his head, domed head. They're really nicely done with the eyes and everything. They're kind of peering down toward the ground, kind of. Really wide nose, nostrils, wide nostrils. Has really nice teeth, done really well. His tongue's done well, the inside of his mouth, pinkish red. It's really overall a really good figure. Really nicely done by Mark. And it was the very first 33 Kong I ever asked for from him. I added to my collection. He was really awesome when I got him. I loved him right off the bat. And then after that, I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. Yes, 5. I'm making sure. 6. I'm sorry, 6 custom sculpts involving King Kong 33, because of course I've said this in previous videos, it is my favorite movie of all time, and movie that got me headed in the road of being a severe kaiju fan and a kaiju freak, I guess you could say as well. So but it's a nicely done piece. Details are really sharp on him, I think. Very first Kong 33 I got from Mark, and it was not the last. I've gotten 5 more since. So we will go on to the second figure I'm doing here, and this Kong is more of an upright figure, and it's taken from a particular scene in a movie, in my opinion. We'll go on to him right now. Alright everybody, I'm back. Here is my other Kong 33 sculpt. Like I said, they are approximately 30 centimeter in scale. This one's standing more upright, of course, and as you can tell, that makes him scale with the 30 centimeter Godzilla X Plus figures rather well as compared to him, but he still looks good with them as well. So this Kong, like as the previous, the sculpt is really nice. The fur is really done well by Mark, I think. Really crisp. The feet and legs are nicely done. He's pretty spread out with his stance. His legs look really bulky. Like they used 2 different armature Kongs, at least 2 in the movie, not 3, and they had different sizing and different scale, and these 2 portray the 2 different ones. This one is what I call the bulky 33. He's a wider, bulkier version of the Kong 33. You can see it in his legs. They're really bulky and everything. His right hand is open as to hold the Andero figure. It's in my collection. Left hand is in full fist clenched mode for a battle. And the chest and everything, you can really see the bulkiness in his chest. It's puffed out, and even his midsection is really thick and bulky. But this figure in particular, if you look at it like straight on, it reminds me of a scene in the movie when he's fighting the T-Rex, and the T-Rex kicks him off and knocks him down, and when he gets up to the ground and he goes like this, and it shows Ann in the foreground on the tree, and he's in the background, and he's looking at the T-Rex in this same position, and he screams. This is where I think Mark took this sculpt from, because it looks just like that Kong, in my opinion. But this is a really nice figure. As far as the head, classic domed head, really nicely done. Even on the ears on this one, on both of them, really, the ears are noticeable in there. The eyes, this one is more looking kind of more straight out than downward, like the knuckle walking Kong. The teeth are nicely done. The tongue and mouth nicely done. The pinkish red, of course. Really a good sculpt here. And that, I do think it comes from that scene in the film where he's battling the T-Rex, and when T-Rex kicks him, and when he gets up and he shows Ann in the foreground in the tree and he looks at the T-Rex, I think this comes from that scene. So really cool. Alrighty, we will do some quick size comparisons now, and we will go to my first size comparison right now. Alright everybody, I'm back. My first size comparison with my two custom 30 centimeter Kongs is the original release X Plus Godzilla 54. As you can see, they look really good together. Even the knuckle walker looks good with this Godzilla 54. I mean, Godzilla's bigger, should be bigger than Kong anyway, height-wise, so it really makes sense to me. These figures do fit well with this original 54. This is a taller X Plus figure too, by the way. I was just thinking that it is one of the taller in the 30 centimeter line, so you'll see in my other some of my other size comparisons. I have even some 25 centimeter figures I'm going to bring forward to go with these. But this is the 30 centimeter X Plus original release Godzilla 54, and he looks pretty good with these two customs. Let's go on to my next size comparison right away. Alright, I'm back with my next size comparison. This is the favorite sculptors line Godzilla 1964 from X Plus with my two custom Kongs. And these really look super well together, I think. Even the knuckle walker, like I said, he's smaller because he's slouched, but he still looks good with these X Plus figures, I think. They show very well the how they scale up to these X Plus lineup. This is a really nice 64 too. It's grown on me too. He's really classic design. I'd like to have a closed mouth 64 someday. I hope they do that, and as a Sakai maybe. We'll venture on to my next size comparison right now. Alright everybody, I'm back again, another size comparison. This is the 30 centimeter Godzilla 1984 here. He looks, none of these look bad with these Kongs. These Kongs are done well, scaled well, I think, by Mark. I don't see a bad thing wrong with any scaling so far. They look really good together. We always got to have the king of Skull Island with the king of the monsters, so I'm bringing up all Godzillas in this these size comparisons, so it's just apropos that that's done. So alright, we'll move on to a couple of 25 centimeter size comparisons, and we're going to do that right now. Alright everybody, I'm back here with the 25 centimeter Godzilla 1971 from Godzilla vs. Hadra. This is the 25 centimeter, of course. And as you can see, these Kongs are, this stand-up Kong, he's actually taller than the 25 centimeter Godzilla by probably an inch maybe. He does have him by a bit, but like I said, he's more scaled to the 30 centimeter line. Both of them are, in my opinion. So, but they do look good with this 71. That 71's my second favorite 25 centimeter right at the moment. Second favorite Godzilla 25 centimeter. Really nice, really scaled and well here. I love how these look together. Alrighty, we'll go to my final size comparison with another 25 centimeter figure. Let's do that right away. Alright everybody, I'm back, and I've got my final size comparison. It is the 25 centimeter Shing Godzilla with my 2 custom Kongs. Look pretty good together, I must say. And this Shin is probably the biggest 25 centimeter out there. Yeah, easily, as far as height and everything. He's just huge for a 25. But it's a really neat figure. I love it. I'm glad I got it a couple years ago, whenever. But yeah, these all look great together. Alrighty, I'll finish up here with some quick closing thoughts, and I'll be right back. Alright, everybody, I'm back. Final thoughts with these 2. They're great. I love them. 2 of the earlier pieces I got, these are actually my first 2. I'm pretty sure these were my first 2 Kong 33's. This was my very first. I think this was second. And then I got into the custom combo sculpts and specific scene sculpts, which are the rest of them. So I believe these were the first 2 I got from Mark Seng Yang. They're great. They're all awesome. The detail on them is awesome. I love them. I wouldn't trade them for nothing. Highly recommend a Kong piece from Mark if you ever think of having one, because these things are just X Plus doesn't give us. They gave us recently the 2017. I think there were some older 33's, but we just need some more Kongs from X Plus. I would buy every one of them, to be honest. Even with my collection of Kongs back there, the whole shelf back there is all custom Kongs except for the Billiken and the Roto Kaiju 67s. Everything back there is a custom on that shelf, and these go on that shelf as well. I would buy every X Plus Kong they would release, but I was at the point where I had the funds and I wanted Kongs in my collection because I love Kongs. So I approached Mark with it, and we went from there. And I've still got some more custom Kongs coming from him. Several. There is even a combo sculpt with Kong and Godzilla, if you can figure that one out. Actually, I think I've got 2 custom Kong Godzilla combo sculpts coming, so you can probably figure out what those might be, but that's here nor there. I'll show them when I get them. But I highly recommend, if you want a Kong sculpt, a custom, and it's so hard to find good Kong figures, approach Mark. He'll help you out, and he certainly helped me. I can't complain. I love them all. I'll bring the camera forward now for a close-up of these 2 and in my video. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And this is Phil, the Kaiju King, from my collection room in Greater Cincinnati. And you all have a wonderful and fun-filled, kaiju-filled day.